Welcome to the 2018 Mississippi Spelling Bee. I'm Kevin Farrell, Assistant Director of Radio for Mississippi Public Broadcasting. I'll be your host and pronouncer for today's events. As host of a number of call-in programs on MPB Radio, I talk to listeners in many of your hometowns, from Corinth to Gulfport and Greenville to Meridian. I join all Mississippians in congratulating each of you on reaching the state spelling bee. Today's event would not be possible without the support of Mississippi Public Broadcasting, Jackson State University, and the sponsor of the Mississippi Spelling Bee, the Mississippi Association of Educators. Joyce Helmick is president of the Mississippi Association of Educators.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Joyce Helmick, president of the Mississippi Association of Educators and a high school educator from the DeSoto County School District. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Mississippi State Spelling Bee. Today's bee will showcase the talents of the brightest students from 47 counties in Mississippi who are vying for the title of the 2018 Mississippi Spelling Bee Champion and the honor of competing at the 2018 Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. MAE is honored to sponsor such a prestigious event and to partner with the Mississippi Public Broadcasting to showcase the talents of Mississippi's best and brightest students. Today's last year's Spelling Bee champion was Soy-Yen Parks from Starkville, Oktibbeha Consolidated School District. Let's give Soy-Yen a hand. Today's judges for our 2018 Spelling Bee are Mr. Harvey Johnson, Jr. A Vicksburg native, Mr. Johnson made history in 1997 when he was elected Jackson's first African-American mayor. A remarkable career in public service preceded his election and prepared him well for the challenges of developing Mississippi's capital city. He was a successful city planner and economic developer when he assumed his mayoral duties, and that background shows even today in the numerous accomplishments of his tenure. The Jackson Convention Center, the revitalization of the city's downtown area, establishment of mixed-use retail centers, and demolishing abandoned structures, among others. Perhaps one of the most visible legacies of his term is the traffic light switchbox art that can be found in every street corner in the city, a delightful approach to a mundane necessity. He is married to the former Kathy Ezell, and they are the parents of 2 grown children. The family attends Hope Spring Missionary Baptist Church, where he serves as chairman of the Board of Trustees. Reverend Carol Meade serves as rector at St. Peter's by the Lake Episcopal Church in Brandon, Mississippi. Carol grew up in Clinton, Illinois, and lived there until attending college at the Mississippi University for Women in Columbus, Mississippi. She received her undergraduate degree from MUW and worked for 28 years for the state of Mississippi in economic development. Reverend Meade serves a leadership role in her church community, encouraging work with students in the schools where she and her church members live and worship. While encouraging her communicants to share their beliefs, she also leads her community in interfaith conversations. Kathy Northington serves as Senior Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer and Director of Programs, Leadership, and Diversity for the Mississippi Economic Council, the State Chamber of Commerce. Ms. Northington began at MEC a decade ago as a part-time entry-level employee and worked her way up from the ground floor. The Jackson native studied marketing at Mississippi College. Ms. Northington serves as the chair of the Junior League of Jackson Project GRACE, Girls Rule, Accepting, Caring, and Empowering. She has been honored as a 2012 recipient of the Mississippi Business Journal Top 40 Under 40 Award. Ms. Northington was just named the 2017 Leader of the Year by Savvy Lifestyle magazine. Our lead judge today is Dr. Dennis Watts. Dr. Watts serves Belhaven University as Associate Provost in this role. He oversees the Schools of Arts and Sciences, Business, Education, and Nursing, the Honors College, and the Office of Academic Enhancement. Prior to joining Belhaven, he served Mississippi for 16 years in academic administration at the Mississippi Medical Center and the Mississippi Institutes of Higher Learning. Dr. Watts, a native of Madison, earned a Bachelor of Arts and a Doctor of Philosophy from the University of Mississippi, the Master of Divinity from Reformed Theological Seminary, and a postgraduate certificate from the Institute for Management and Leadership in Education at Harvard University.
Thanks, Joyce. Our spellers have already been given directions and rules for today's competition, but for the information of our home viewers, the spelling bee is conducted in rounds. Each speller remaining in the bee at the start of a round spells one word in each round. All words are entries in Webster's Third New International Dictionary. This year, spellers will also participate in 2 rounds of vocabulary as well. I'll be as clear as possible in the pronunciation of each word or vocabulary question. Spellers have the right to ask for the word used in a sentence, as a part of speech, and the language of origin. No request for alternate pronunciations will be honored. Mississippi Spelling Bee officials will declare a champion when the last speller successfully completes the final round and correctly spells the anticipated championship word. Our judges uphold the rules and determine when a word is spelled correctly. They're in complete control of the competition, and their decision is final on all questions. With that brief outline, let's begin the 2018 Mississippi Spelling Bee. Bagel.
B-A-G-E-L.
Correct.
Dejected.
Dejected. D-E-J-E-C-T-E-D. Dejected.
Correct.
Polygon.
Polygon. P-O-L-Y-G-O-N.
Correct.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. C-H-O-C-O-L-A-T-E. Chocolate.
Correct.
This word could be confused with a similar word, so I'm going to give you the word, the part of speech, and the definition. The word is errand. It's a noun that means a trip made in order to deliver a message or to purchase or attend to something.
May you repeat the word?
Errand.
A-R-R-O-N.
I'm sorry.
Loiter.
Can you repeat the word?
Loiter.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Individuals who loiter in the mall are often asked to leave.
Loiter. L-O-I-T-E-R. Loiter.
Correct.
Nostril.
May you repeat the word?
Nostril.
Nostril. N-O-S-T-R-I-L. Nostril.
Correct.
Cameo.
Cameo. May I have the language of origin?
This word comes from a word that went from Latin to French to Italian.
Cameo. C-A-M-E-O. Cameo.
Correct.
Spectrum.
Spectrum. S-P-E-C-T-R-U-M. Spectrum.
Correct.
Denim.
Could you repeat that?
Denim.
May I have a sentence?
Annabelle's favorite jeans are made of light green denim.
Denim. D-E-N-I-M. Denim.
Correct.
Crimp.
Crimp. C-R-I-M-P. Crimp.
Correct.
Tragic.
Tragic. T-R-A-G-I-C. Tragic.
Correct.
This word has a homonym, so again I'll say the word, provide the part of speech and a definition. The word is confidence. It's a noun that means a relation or state of trust between persons who share or impart secrets or intimate matters.
Confidence. C-O-N-F-I-D-E-N-C-E. Confidence.
Correct.
Haversack.
Haversack. May I have it in a sentence?
Ozzy took the binoculars out of his battered leather haversack.
May I please have the definition?
A bag or case similar to a knapsack, but usually worn over one shoulder.
May I please have the part of speech?
It's a noun.
Haversack. H-A-V-E-R-S-A-C-K. Haversack.
Correct.
Cleanser.
Cleanser. C-L-E-A-N-S-E-R. Cleanser.
Correct.
Mathematics.
M-A-T-H-E-M-A-T-I-C-S.
Correct.
Typhoon.
Typhoon. T-Y-P-H-O-O-N. Typhoon.
Correct.
Ambulance.
Ambulance. A-M-B-U-L-A-N-C-E. Ambulance.
Correct.
This word has a near homonym, so again I'll say the word and I'll provide the part of speech and definition. The word is protein. It's a noun that means any of a very large class of naturally occurring, extremely complex combinations of amino acids that are essential constituents of all living cells and also of the diet of the animal organism.
Protein. P-R-O-T-E-I-N.
Correct.
Capricorn.
Capricorn. C-A-P-R-I-C-O-R-N. Capricorn.
Correct.
Threshold.
May you repeat the word?
Threshold.
Threshold. T-H-R-E-S-H-O-L-D. Threshold.
Correct.
Contraband.
Can you repeat the word?
Contraband.
Contraband. C-L-U-N-T-R-A-B-A-N-D. Contraband.
I'm sorry.
Fiend.
Fiend. F-I-E-N-D. Fiend.
Correct.
This word could be confused with a similar word, so again you'll get the word, the part of speech, and the definition. The word is loam. It's a noun that means topsoil, a usually fertile and humus-rich soil consisting of a mixture of clay, silt, and sand.
May you please use it in a sentence?
Madeline ordered more loam to put in her flower garden.
Loam. L-O-A-M. Loam.
Correct.
There's another word that could be confused with a similar word, so I'll say the word, provide the part of speech in the definition. The word is access. It's a verb that means to get at, gain freedom or ability to obtain or make use of.
Access. A-C-C-E-S-S.
Correct.
Newton.
Will you repeat the word?
Newton.
Will you please use the word in a sentence?
Monica learned that 1 Newton equals 100,000 dynes.
Newton. N-E-W-T-O-N. Newton.
Correct.
Curriculum.
Curriculum. C-U-R-R-I-C-U-L-U-M. Curriculum.
Correct.
Forlorn.
Forlorn. F-O-R-L-O-R-N. Forlorn.
Correct.
This is another word that has a homonym, so I'll say the word, provide the part of speech in the definition. The word is spur. It's a noun that means a mark as a footprint, a trail, a scent, a sound, or droppings left by one as a wild animal that has passed.
Spur. S-P-U-R. Spur.
I'm sorry. It's incorrect.
Gradient.
Can you repeat the word?
Gradient.
Gradient. G-R-A-D-I-E-N-T.
Correct.
Xylophone.
Can I have the definition?
A percussion musical instrument consisting of a series of wooden bars graduated in length to sound the musical scale and sounded by striking with 2 small wooden hammers.
Xylophone. X-Y-L-O-P-H-O-N-E. Xylophone.
Correct.
Panic.
P-A-N-I-C. Panic.
Correct.
This word could be confused with a similar word. I'll say the word, provide the part of speech in a definition. The word is maraca. It is a noun that means a rattle of Latin American origin that's often made from a hollow gourd containing pebbles or dried seeds and that is used as a percussion instrument, usually in pairs.
Maraca. M-A-R-A-C-A. Maraca.
Correct.
Worrisome.
Can I have the definition, please?
Causing distress or anxiety.
Worrisome. W-O-R-R-I-S-O-M-E.
Correct.
Synonym.
S-Y-N-O. Can I start over? S-Y-N-O-M-Y-N.
Correct.
Renovate.
Renovate. R-E-N-O-V-A-T-E. Renovate.
Correct.
Huckster.
Can you repeat the word?
Huckster.
Huckster. Huckster. Huckster.
Correct.
Angelic.
May you please use it in a sentence?
The figurine of an angelic being that Mary keeps on her desk was a gift from her mother.
Angelic. Angelic.
Correct.
Chipotle.
Chipotle. Chipotle. Chipotle.
Correct.
Wiki wiki.
Wiki wiki. Wiki-wiki. Wiki wiki.
Correct.
Popularity.
Popularity. Popularity. Popularity.
Correct.
Sitzmark.
Could you use it in a sentence, please?
Joey struggled to stand up, but the deep snow made him fall back into his sitzmark.
Citzmark.
I'm sorry.
Biblical.
Biblical. Biblical. Biblical.
Correct.
All right, we're moving on to round number 2. Credible.
Credible.
Correct.
Biopsy.
Bibospy. Biopsy.
I'm sorry.
Melba.
Can you repeat that?
Melba.
Melba. Melba.
Correct.
Chronic.
Chronic. Can I have the definition, please?
Marked by long duration, by frequent reoccurrence over a long time, and often by slowly progressing seriousness.
Chronic. CHRONIC. Chronic.
Correct.
Paddock. Can you repeat the word, please?
Paddock.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Before the race, the trainer inspected the horse's condition inside the paddock.
Paddock. Paddock.
Correct.
Fiery.
May you repeat the word?
Fiery.
May you use it in a sentence?
The coach's fiery talk with his players inspired them to play harder.
Fiery. FIRY.
I'm sorry.
Hazard.
Hazard. May I have a definition?
A possible source of peril, danger, duress, or difficulty.
May I have a language of origin?
Originally Arabic, this word went into French before being adopted by English.
Hazard. HAZARD. Hazard.
Correct.
Leotard.
Leotard. Leotard. Leotard.
Correct.
Tortilla.
Tortilla. Tortilla. Tortilla.
I'm sorry.
Antibiotic.
Antibiotic. Antibiotic. Antibiotic.
Correct.
Cafeteria.
Cafeteria. Cafeteria. Cafeteria.
Correct.
Prosecute.
Prosecute. Prosecute. Prosecute.
Correct.
Democracy.
Democracy. May I have the definition?
A government by the people, rule of the majority.
May I have it in a sentence?
Kara could not imagine what her life would be like if it were governed not by a democracy, but instead by the whims of a few people.
Democracy. DEMOCRACY. Democracy.
Correct.
Hyphen.
Hyphen. HYPHEN. Hyphen.
Correct.
Adios.
ADIOS.
Correct.
Nether.
Nether. NETHER. Nether.
Correct.
Petunia.
Petunia. PETUNIA. Petunia.
Correct.
Renegade.
May you repeat the word, please?
Renegade.
Renegade. RENOGADE.
I'm sorry.
Here's another word that could be confused with a similar word, so as before, I'll say the word, provide the part of speech in the definition. The word is aria. It's a noun, and it means a melody, specifically an accompanied, extended, and usually elaborate melody sung by a single voice, as in an opera.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The opera singer amazed her audience by effortlessly reaching each high F in the aria.
Aria. ARIA. Aria.
Correct.
This word has a near homonym, so I'll give you the usual extra information. The word is cobalt. It's a noun that means a hard, magnetic, silver-white metallic element used to produce magnetic alloys and hard alloys resistant to abrasion, corrosion, and high temperatures.
Cobalt. COBALT. Cobalt.
Correct.
Diagnosis.
Diagnosis. DIAGNOSIS. Diagnosis.
Correct.
Jaguar.
May you please give me the definition?
A large, powerful cat ranging from Texas to Paraguay that is larger and stockier than the leopard or the cougar and is brownish yellow or buff with black spots.
May you use it in a sentence?
Although the jaguar is a good climber, it usually stalks its prey on the ground.
Jaguar. JAGUAR.
J-U-A-R, jaguar.
Correct.
Newfangled.
Newfangled. N-E-W-F-A-N-G-L-E-D.
Correct.
Prattle.
Will you repeat the word, please?
Prattle.
Prattle. P-R-A-T-L-E. Prattle.
I'm sorry.
Spritz.
Spritz. S-P-R-I-T-Z. Spritz.
Correct.
Carnivore.
Carnivore. C-A-R-N-I-V-O-R. Carnivore.
I'm sorry.
Graffiti.
Graffiti. G-R-A-F-I-T-T-I.
I'm sorry.
Nestle.
Can I have the definition?
To take up a cozy, warm, or an affectionate position.
Can I have the language of origin?
The word is originally English.
Nestle. N-E-S-T-L-E. Nestle.
Correct.
Stipple.
Can you repeat the word?
Stipple.
Stipple. S-T-I-P-P-L-E. Stipple.
Correct.
Geoponics.
Geoponics. Can you please use that word in a sentence?
George's study of geoponics led him to become a land management consultant in Central America.
Geoponics. G-E-O-P-O-N-I-C-S. Geoponics.
Correct.
Alamo.
Can you please repeat the word?
Alamo.
Can I have the definition, please?
A tree of the genus Populus, especially an aspen.
Can you use it in a sentence?
During hot afternoons in Houston, Jeff often sits under a large alamo in his backyard.
Alamo. A-L-A-M-O. Alamo.
Correct.
Crochet.
Crochet. C-R-O-C-H-E-T. Crochet.
Correct.
Macron.
Repeat the word.
Macron.
Macron. M-A-C-R-O-N.
Correct.
Strudel.
Can you repeat the word?
Strudel.
Strudel. S-T-R-U-T-L-E. Strudel.
I'm sorry.
Fresco.
F-R-E-S-C-O. Fresco.
Correct.
Puma.
Puma. P-U-M-A. Puma.
Correct.
Cosmos.
Cosmos. C-O-S-M-O-S. Cosmos.
Correct.
Panzer.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The Canadian War Museum spent 2 years restoring a World War II Panzer.
Panzer. Panzer. Panzer.
Correct.
Anchovy.
May you use it in a sentence?
Joshua removed every anchovy from his slices of pizza.
May I have the definition?
Any of a number of small herring-like fishes, especially a common Mediterranean form esteemed for its rich and peculiar flavor.
Anchovy. A-N-C-H-O-V-I. Anchovy.
I'm sorry.
And that brings us to round number 3. A word that can be confused with a similar word, so you'll get the usual information. The word is salami. It's a noun that means a highly seasoned sausage made of pork and beef.
salami.
Correct.
Belay.
Can you use that in a sentence?
Instructors belay the students as they climb up the rock face.
Can I get a definition?
To secure a person at the end of a rope.
Belay. B-I-L-A-E.
I'm sorry.
This is another word that could be confused with a similar word. The word is croquette. It is a noun that means a small, cone-shaped or rounded mass consisting usually of minced fowl, meat, or vegetable coated with egg and breadcrumbs and fried in deep fat.
Croquette. Croquette. C-R-O-Q-U-E-T-T-E. Croquette.
Correct.
Folksiness.
Can you repeat the word?
Folksiness.
Can you say the definition?
The quality of being informal, casual, or familiar, often artificially and excessively.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Warren's folksiness and acerbic wit made him a natural stand-up comedian.
Folksiness. F-O-L-K-S-I-N-E-S-S.
Correct.
This word has a homonym. I'll say the word, give you the part of speech and a definition. It's ductile, an adjective that means capable of being permanently drawn out without breaking, specifically capable of being drawn out into wire or thread.
Can I have language of origin?
The word is from French and Latin.
Ductile. D-U-C-T-I-L-E. Ductile.
Correct.
Flotilla.
Flotilla. F-L-O-T-I-L-L-A. Flotilla.
Correct.
Artichoke.
Artichoke. A-R-T-I-C-H-O-K-E. Artichoke.
Correct.
We have another word that could be confused with a similar word. I'll give the word, provide the part of speech and a definition. The word is lithe. It is an adjective that means agile and easily flexed, or supple.
Can you repeat the word?
Lithe.
Lithe. L-I-T-H-E. Lithe.
Correct.
Giraffe.
Giraffe. G-I-R-A-F-F-E. Giraffe.
Correct.
Siberian.
Siberian. May I have the definition?
Of, relating to, or characteristic of Siberia, the massive central and eastern portion of Russia.
May I have it in a sentence?
The Russian immigrant related that he had served time in a Siberian prison near the border with China.
May I have the part of speech?
An adjective.
May I have the language of origin?
It's from a Russian geographical name.
Siberian. S-I-B-E-R-I-A-N. Siberian.
Correct.
Wagnerian.
Wagnerian. V-O-G-N-E-R-I-A-N. Wagnerian.
I'm sorry.
Praline.
P-R-A-L-I-N-E.
Correct.
Automaton.
Automaton. A-U-T-O-M-A-T-O-N.
Correct.
Condolences.
Condolences. C-O-N-D-O-L-E-N-C-E-S. Condolences.
Correct.
Postmortem.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The postmortem revealed that the cause of death was asphyxiation.
Postmortem. P-O-S-T-M-O-R-T-E-M. Postmortem.
Correct.
Galleria.
May you repeat the word?
Galleria.
Galleria. G-A-L-L-E-R-I-A. Galleria.
Correct.
Knavery.
Knavery. K-N-A-V-E-R-Y. Knavery.
Correct.
Pangolin.
May I have the definition?
Any of a family of Asian or African toothless mammals having the body covered with large overlapping scales and feeding chiefly on ants and somewhat resembling the American anteaters.
May I use it in a sentence?
Because of its overlapping scales, the pangolin is sometimes called a walking artichoke.
Pangolin. P-A-N-G-O-L-I-N. Pangolin.
Correct.
Quesadilla.
Quesadilla. Q-U-E-S-A-D-I-L-L-A.
Correct.
Strategy.
Strategy. S-T-R-A-T-E-G-Y. Strategy.
Correct.
Rouge.
Can I have the definition?
Any of various cosmetics that give a red coloring to the cheeks or lips.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Loretta's mother said that her daughter was too young to wear rouge.
Rouge. R-O-U-G-E. Rouge.
Correct.
Sombrero.
Can you repeat the word?
Sombrero.
Sombrero. S-U-M-B-R-R-A. Sombrero.
I'm sorry.
Apathy.
Could you please give me the definition?
Absence or lack of interest or concern. Listlessness. Indifference.
Can you say the word again?
Apathy.
Apathy. A-P-A-G-H-Y. Apathy.
Correct.
Chalupa.
Can I have the definition, please?
A fried corn tortilla, sometimes shaped like a boat and usually filled with a savory mixture as of meat, vegetables, or cheese.
Chalupa. C-H-A-P-U-L-A. Chalupa.
I'm sorry.
Another word with a near homonym, you'll get the word, the part of speech, and the definition. It's tamale, and it's a noun that means ground meat seasoned with chili or other filling, rolled up in a cornmeal dough, wrapped in corn husks, and steamed.
T-A-M-A-L-E. Tamale.
Correct.
Fatigue.
Fatigue. F-A-T-I-G-U-E. Fatigue.
Correct.
Ravioli.
R-A-V-I-O-L-I. Ravioli.
Correct.
Allegory.
Allegory? Can I have the definition, please?
The written, oral, or artistic expression by means of symbolic, fictional figures and actions of truth or generalizations about human conduct or experience.
A-L-I-G-O-R-Y. Allegory.
I'm sorry.
This word could be confused with a similar word, so you'll get the usual information. It's virtuoso, a noun that means one who excels in the technique of an art, especially a musical performer.
Virtuoso. V-I-R-T-U-O-S-O. Virtuoso.
Correct.
Amnesia.
Amnesia. A-M-N-E-S-I-A. Amnesia.
Correct.
That moves us on to round number 4. Matriarch.
M-A-T-R-I-A-R-C-H.
Correct.
Bolero.
Bolero. Can I get the definition?
A Spanish dance to music in 3/4 time and characterized by sharp turns and revolutions of the body and stamping of the feet in syncopated rhythm.
Bolero. B-O-L-E-R-O. Bolero.
Correct.
Acronym.
Can you repeat the word?
Acronym.
What's the definition?
A word formed from the initial letter or letters of each of the successive parts or major parts of the compound term.
Acronym. A-C-R-O-N-Y-M. Acronym.
Correct.
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst. May I have the definition?
Fresh pork sausage for frying or grilling.
May I have the language of origin?
This word is from an originally German word.
Bratwurst. B-R-A-T-W-U-R-S-T. Bratwurst.
Correct.
Chronology.
Chronology. C-H-R-O-N-O-L-O-G-Y. Chronology.
Correct.
Empanada.
Empanada. Empanada. E-M-P-A-N-A-D-A. Empanada.
Correct.
Taj.
Taj. T-A-J. Taj.
Correct.
We have another near homonym. You'll get the word, the part of speech, the definition. It's pistachio, a noun that means the edible green seed of a small tree of southern Europe and Asia Minor.
Pistachio. P-I-S-T-A-C-H-I-O. Pistachio.
Correct.
Musicale,
Musicale. May I have the definition?
a usually private concert of music typically comprising a social entertainment.
May I have it in a sentence, please?
The governor's mansion was the site of a well-attended musicale celebrating New Year's Day.
May I have the language of origin, please?
It's from a French word.
Musicale. M-U-S-I-C-A-L-E. Musicale.
Correct.
Aristocracy,
A-R-I-S-T-O-C-R-A-C-Y.
Correct.
alcohol,
Alcohol. A-L-C-H-O-H-O-L. Alcohol.
I'm sorry.
harpsichord,
Harpsichord. H-A-R-P-S-I-C-H-O-R-D. Harpsichord.
Correct.
another word that could be confused with a similar word. I'll give you the word, the part of speech, and the definition. It's etymology, a noun that means a branch of linguistics concerned with the history, often including the prehistory of a linguistic form.
Can you repeat the word?
Etymology.
Etymology. E-T-E-M-O-L-O-G-Y.
I'm sorry.
Participant.
Participant. P-A-R-T-I-C-I-P-A-N-T. Participant.
Correct.
Apostrophe.
Apostrophe. A-P-O-S-T-R-O-P-H-E. Apostrophe.
Correct.
Melancholy.
May you please give me the definition?
Depressed in spirits, mournful.
May you please use it in a sentence?
Jet's bloodhound, though melancholy in appearance, seems to be a very happy dog.
Melancholy. M-E-L-A-N-C-H-O-L-Y. Melancholy.
Correct.
Neologism.
Neologism. Neologism.
Correct.
Enchilada.
Enchilada. ENCHILADA. Enchilada.
Correct.
Misanthropy.
Can I have the definition?
A hatred of humankind, a distrust of human nature.
Can I have the language of origin?
This word is from Greek.
Misanthropy. MISANTHROPY. Misanthropy.
Correct.
Grauple.
Could I please have the definition?
Granular snow pellets, called also soft hail.
Grauple. GRAUPEL. Grauple.
Correct.
Mahal.
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 Can I have the origin?
This word is from an Arabic word.
Mahal. MOHALE.
I'm sorry.
Concerto.
Repeat the word.
Concerto.
CONCIERTO.
I'm sorry.
Relevant.
RELEVANT. Relevant.
Correct.
Piazza.
Piazza. PIAZZA. Piazza.
Correct.
Boudoir.
Can you repeat it?
Boudoir.
Can you use a definition, please?
A woman's dressing room, bedroom, or private sitting room.
Boudoir. BOOTWARE. Boudoir.
I'm sorry.
All right, so we are moving on to round 5, which is going to be our first vocabulary round. I'll give you the word and 2 choices. The first word is bugle. A bugle is a type of A, weapon, B, instrument.
B.
Correct.
Hustle. What does it mean to hustle? A, move quickly. B, fret anxiously.
A.
Correct.
Okay, this word has a homonym, so not only am I going to say it, but I'm going to spell it. The word is cashew. C-A-S-H-E-W. A cashew is a type of A, nut. B, deer.
A.
Correct.
Another deer homonym, so again I'll say the word and spell it. It's parka, P-A-R-K-A. A parka is a type of A, winter hat, or B, winter coat.
B.
Correct.
We have another homonym, so again I'll say it and spell it. The word is croon, C-R-O-O-N. What does it mean to croon? A, win a bet. B, sing in half voice.
B.
Correct.
Daily. Something described as daily happens A, every day, B, once a week.
A.
Correct.
Hinterland. Hinterland is A, forbidden territory, or B, part of a country outside its cultural centers.
A.
Correct. I'm sorry, that was incorrect. So he's out.
Dissect. To dissect is to A, hate, or B, cut into separate pieces.
B.
Correct.
Cushy. If a job is described as cushy, it A, is not very difficult, or B, requires intense labor.
A is not very difficult.
Correct.
Dreary. A person described as dreary is A, bashful, or B, discouraged.
B.
Correct.
Earthenware. What is earthenware made of? A, potatoes, B, clay.
B.
Correct.
Glitz. What is glitz? A, an offhand gesture. B, extravagant showiness.
B.
Correct.
We have a word that's a near homonym, so I will say it and then spell it. The word is goatee. G-O-A-T-E-E. A goatee is a type of A, farmer, or B, beard.
B.
Correct.
Holster. When would it be appropriate to use a holster? A, when wearing pants too large, or B, when carrying a gun.
B.
Correct.
We have another homonym, so I'll say and spell the word. It's mattress, M-A-T-T-R-E-S-S. Where would you expect to find a mattress? A, in a bathroom, B, in a bedroom.
B.
Correct.
Denture. A denture is A, an artificial replacement for teeth, or B, a stopping place, as in a book or meeting.
A.
Correct.
Mosque. Why would a person visit a mosque? A, to worship, B, to borrow a book.
A.
Correct.
Barley. Barley is a type of A, sports equipment, or B, grain.
B.
Correct.
Nasal. What does nasal refer to? A, being uptight. B, the nose.
B.
Correct.
Unity. What is unity? A, the quality of being one. B, revolt or rebellion.
A.
Correct.
All right, we're on to round number 6, and we're back to spelling. The word is patel.
P-A-T-E-L.
Correct.
A word that can be fused with a similar word. You'll get the word, the part of speech, and the definition. Cavalry is a noun that means the component of an army that maneuvers and fights on horseback.
Cavalry. Cavalry. C-A-V-A-L-R-Y. Cavalry.
Correct.
Mole.
Can you repeat the word?
Mole.
What's the definition?
A highly spiced sauce made principally of chili and chocolate, but containing numerous other ingredients and served with meat, as beef or turkey.
M-O-L-E.
Correct.
Skiaki.
Say it again, please.
Skiaki.
May I have language of origin?
This word is from Japanese.
Could I have the definition?
A dish consisting of thin slices of meat, tofu, and vegetables cooked in a soy sauce and sugar.
Is it sukiyaki?
Skiaki.
Sukiyaki. S-U-K-I-Y-A-K-I.
That is correct.
Chimichanga.
Chimichanga. C-H-I-M-I-C-H-A-N-G-A.
Correct.
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus. T-H-E-S-A-U-R-U-S. Thesaurus.
Correct.
Mongrel.
Mongrel. M-O-N-G-R-U-L. Mongrel.
I'm sorry.
Buccaneer.
Buccaneer. May I have the definition?
One of the pirates preying upon Spanish ships and settlements, especially in the West Indies in the 17th century.
May I have it in a sentence?
While on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland, Maria thought she saw the eyes of the nearest buccaneer move.
May I have the part of speech, please?
A noun.
May I have the language of origin, please?
The word is originally from a 2P word that passed into French.
Buccaneer. B-U-C-C-A-N-E-E-R. Buccaneer.
Correct.
A word that can be confused with a similar word, so I'll say the word and provide the part of speech and definition. Homogeneous is an adjective that means of a similar kind or nature.
H-O-M-O-G-E-N-E-O-U-S.
Correct.
Sashimi.
Sashimi. S-A-S-H-I-M-I. Sashimi.
Correct.
Regime.
Regime. R-O-M-A-N-J-I. Regime.
I'm sorry.
Crescendo.
Crescendo. C-R-E-S-C-E-N-D-O. R-E-S-C-E-N-D-O. Crescendo.
Correct.
Metaphor.
May you give me the definition?
An implied comparison in contrast to the explicit comparison of the simile.
May you please use it in a sentence?
The poet used the image of a drifting boat as a metaphor for the troubled soul.
Metaphor. M-E-T-A-P-H-O-R. Metaphor.
Correct.
Periphery. I'm sorry, this is a word that can be confused with a similar word, so I'm going to give you that word and give you the part of speech in the definition. So let me say the word again. Periphery is a noun that means surrounding space, an area lying beyond the strict limits of a thing.
Periphery. P-E-R-I-F-E-R-Y.
I'm sorry.
Saffron.
Can you repeat the word?
Saffron.
Saffron. S-A-F-F-R-O-N. Saffron.
Correct.
Eulogy.
Can I have the definition?
A composition in commendation of someone or something.
Can I have the language of origin?
This word is from Greek.
Eulogy. E-U-L-O-G-Y. Eulogy.
Correct.
Mistletoe.
Mistletoe. M I S T L E T O E. Mistletoe.
Correct.
Another word with a near homonym. You'll get the word, the part of speech, and the definition. Protocol is a noun that means a rigid, long-established code prescribing complete deference to superior rank and strict adherence to due order of precedence and precisely correct procedure.
May you please repeat the word?
Protocol.
P-R-O-T-O-C-O-L. Protocol.
Correct.
Allegro.
Allegro. A-L-L-E-G-R-O. Allegro.
Correct.
All right, with that, we are moving on to round number 7. And we start with another near homonym. The word is cynical. It is an adjective that means exhibiting feelings ranging from distrustful doubt to contemptuous and mocking disbelief.
C-Y-N-I-C-A-L.
Correct.
Nougat.
Nougat. Can I have the definition, please?
A confection made by mixing nuts or sometimes fruit pieces in a sugar paste whose composition is varied to give either a chewy or a brittle consistency.
Nougat. N-O-U-G-A-T. Nougat.
Correct.
Perennial.
Can you repeat the word?
Perennial.
Perennial. P-E-R-E-N-N-I-A-L. Perennial.
Correct.
Gourami.
Gourami. May I have a language of origin?
This word is from Malay.
May I have the definition?
Any of several small, brightly colored Asian fishes often kept in a tropical aquarium.
Gourami. G-O-U-R-A-M-I. Gourami.
Correct.
Rhetoric.
Rhetoric. R-H-E-T-O-R-I-C.
Correct.
Contrapuntal.
Contrapuntal. C-O-N-T-R-A-P-U-N-T-A-L. Contrapuntal.
Correct.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. May I have the definition?
An observable fact or event.
May I have it in a sentence?
To many complacent Americans, the civil rights movement began as a startling phenomenon.
May I have the part of speech?
A noun.
May I have the language of origin?
It's from an originally Greek word that passed into Latin.
Phenomenon. P-H-E-N-O-M-E-N-O-N. Phenomenon.
Correct.
Geronimo.
G-E-R-O-N-I-M-O.
Correct.
Dyslexia.
Dyslexia. D-Y-S-L-E-X-I-A. Dyslexia.
Correct.
Provolone.
May I have the definition?
An often pear-shaped cheese of stringy texture, made of plastic curd and hung in a net to cure.
Provolone. P-R-O-V-O-L-O-N-E. Provolone.
Correct.
Another word that can be confused with a similar word, you'll get the word, the part of speech, and the definition. Tachometer is a noun that is a device for indicating speed of rotation.
May you use it in a sentence?
By watching the tachometer, Mr. Henderson was able to keep the engine running higher than 3,000 revolutions per minute.
Tachometer. T-A-C-H-O-M-E-T-E-R. Tachometer.
Correct.
Oratorio.
Can you repeat the word?
Oratorio.
Oratorio. O-R-A-T-O-R-I-A.
I'm sorry.
Nemesis.
Can I have the definition?
A formidable and unusually sorry, let me try that again. A formidable and usually victorious rival or opponent.
Can I have the language of origin?
This word is from a Greek word that became a Latin name, then passed into English.
Nemesis. N-E-M-E-S-I-S. Nemesis.
Correct.
Terrapin.
Terrapin. T E R R A P I N. Terrapin.
Correct.
A word that can be confused with a similar word, so you get the word, the part of speech, and the definition. Patina is a noun that means a surface appearance of something grown beautiful, especially with age or use.
May you use it in a sentence?
Gina prefers the soft patina of old silverware to the polished gleam of a new set.
Language of origin, please.
Latin.
May you please repeat the word?
Patina.
P-A-T-I-N-A. Patina.
Correct.
Metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis. M-E-T-A-M-O-R-P-H O-S-I-S.
Correct.
That moves us to round number 8. Carafe.
Can you repeat the word?
Carafe.
C-A-R-A-F-E.
Correct.
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom. Can I have the definition, please?
A powerful, often destructive water current that usually moves in a circular direction with extreme rapidity. A whirlpool.
Maelstrom. M-A-E-L-S-T-R-O-M. Maelstrom.
Correct.
Bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy. B-U-R-E-A-U-C-R-A-C-Y. Bureaucracy.
Correct.
Synchronous.
Synchronous. May I have the language of origin?
The word is from Greek.
May I have the definition?
Recurring or operating at exactly the same periods, marked by strict and exact coincidence in time, rate, or rhythm.
Could you use in a sentence?
Suzette noticed that the ticking of the grandfather clock was synchronous with her pulse.
Synchronous. S-Y-N-C-H-R-O-N-O-U-S. Synchronous.
Correct.
Pasteurize.
Pasteurize. P-A-S-T-E-U-R-I-Z-E.
Correct.
Wampum.
Wampum. W-A-M-P-U-M. Wampum.
Correct.
Pentathlon.
Pentathlon. May I have it in a sentence?
Miguel is training 4 hours a day for the upcoming pentathlon.
May I have the definition?
A contest in the modern Olympic Games involving participation by each contestant in horseback riding, shooting, fencing, swimming, and running.
May I have the language of origin?
The word is from Greek.
Pentathlon. Am I saying this correctly?
Pentathlon.
Pentathlon. P-E-N-T-A-T-H-A-L-O-N. Pentathlon.
I'm sorry.
Isinglass.
ISINGLASS.
Correct.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous. UBIQUITOUS. Ubiquitous.
Correct.
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia. POINSETTIA. Poinsettia.
Correct.
Bezoar.
May you please give me the definition?
A mass composed usually of undigested or partially digested organic matter that is trapped in the digestive tract and especially the stomach and often becomes infiltrated with minerals.
May you please use it in a sentence?
I'm sorry?
May you use it in a sentence?
A bezoar was thought in earlier times to be an effective antidote to poison.
May you give me the language of origin?
This word is from an originally Persian word that passed into Arabic, then into Spanish, then to French.
May you repeat the word?
Bezoar.
Bezoar. B-E-Z-O-A-R. Bezoar.
Correct.
Lederhosen.
Can you repeat the word?
Lederhosen.
Can I have the definition?
Knee-length leather trousers worn especially in Bavaria.
Can I have the language of origin?
This word is from an originally German word.
Lederhosen. Lederhosen. Lederhosen.
Correct.
Babka.
Could you say that word again?
Babka.
What language does it come from?
It's from a Polish word.
B-A-B-K-A. Babka?
Correct.
Charlatan.
C-H-A-R-L-A-T-A-N. Charlatan.
Correct.
Efficacy.
Efficacy. E-F-F-I-C-A-C-Y. Efficacy.
Correct.
All right, we're going to go around to round 9, but before we do that, we are going to take a quick break. Allow the folks here in the auditorium to stretch, give the kids just a bit of a break. Will be a 10-minute break, and we'll be back to begin round number 9.
YMPE, as we call it, is a project that brings together diverse teenagers from the Jackson area to learn to be the media themselves. The reason for that is to tell a more honest media narrative about young people in their communities. But it's also to teach them to use digital media tools, to learn to write powerful storytelling, to teach them job skills, professional skills, workplace skills.
Okay, here you go. Constructive criticism.
Donna Ladd, who started the whole YMP thing, she sort of talked to me about it, and then I heard music production, and I really like making beats on my computer and stuff. So that's what really drew me to it, and I really wanted to learn how to use like professional equipment for music making and stuff.
Welcome to Jackson's first Youth Mayoral Forum, sponsored by the Mississippi Youth Media Project.
Well, the mayoral forum, when they hosted it, there were students on stage, and I felt that I needed to ask these candidates some questions. And I couldn't do it at the time because I wasn't a part of YMP, but I saw the sign and I said, maybe I need to join them because there are some questions I felt that needed to be asked.
We put them out there every chance we get to speak and to present. I did a Rotary Club talk this week about these things, and several of the young people went with me, and then they came up on stage and just really impressed everybody so much. So people are treating them very respectfully.
So we will be shadowing the mayor, just taking photos and maybe asking questions that we may have in videos, and basically we'll just be following him all day, shadowing.
Tell me who you are and where you go to school.
I'm Asia Mangum and I go to Murray High School, and I'll be
Welcome to the first ever YMP Showcase. We're so happy to have so many of you here, especially the parents and the young future.
A few of them have picked their favorite pieces of writing, or some are even going to show videos that they've done in the past. So we're just trying to give them an opportunity to show off the great work that they've done so far.
As we sit here in 2017, we find that America does not hold these truths to be self-evident.
I'm really proud of what's come of it, and enjoy.
It's about all Americans. It's about making things more just, more equal, more free for all our kids and grandkids.
Before going in there, I knew nothing about video editing. I knew nothing about video taking. All I knew was I can hit a record button and I can talk to people. That's all I knew. So I went in and I learned like how to edit things in iMovie, how to use sound, how to do all these different things. And it was definitely a learning experience, and it was a process, but I'm really glad that we went through with it.
That was my first time ever really sharing my story like that. Like, I have friends that I would talk to about this and that, but that was the first time I really sat down in front of a camera with people watching me and editing what I say. It was really nerve-wracking, and it felt super important to be sitting in that chair. And I mean, we had a couple hiccups and stuff like that, but overall, the end product for the video that we did, it looked like a professional did our project, but it was us. It was really cool. I liked it.
My favorite part is interviewing, because you have to think about complex questions so that you can get complex answers to make the interview more interesting.
We work like a real job. We have hours. We get paid by the hours. We have a lunch break. We have to sign in and sign out.
Young people are here to work, and they're here to learn. They're here to learn to manage their time and to plan projects, and we're strict about that.
So do you think your group kind of co-signs and works with my group as well?
I think it actually does.
They teach a lot of different things here at YMP, like photography, videography, and podcasting, but those were things I had experience doing. So learning how to do interviews and just things that I hadn't experienced before, that's been my favorite part. And a lot of writing, just a lot of writing.
What's different from her being a writer and you being a writer?
My style and my approach.
Okay.
So what would make you a different computer engineer? You can't use my answer.
It would go both ways.
Being here, you have to stand in what you believe in, especially when you're dealing with writing and anything you print, because you can't truly write anything if you don't believe in it.
Thinking critically and writing down on paper issues that are relevant to them and thinking through that. Also, having an informed opinion is really important. So they go through and they do a really depth of research, and so they're able to articulate what they're saying and how they're saying it and why they think this way. And they're producing some really high quality, meaningful work.
And that's a cool thing as a journalist and a human, right? Like, that's what I want for my work.
My favorite thing about the program is being able to come and work on what I want to work on and having my work recognized by other people and other people that I don't even know.
My favorite thing about the Youth Media Project is the people. It's like we're a big family and we all relate to each other even though we're completely different, and I really enjoy being around so many different personalities.
It's brought us so close, and I know people who don't like necessarily go to my school, I still want to go and like be able to see them after YMP.
It's no dull moment here. The people are great to work with. I love working with the people. I enjoy working with the team members. They're like parents, but at the same time like friends.
What I've seen most in this program is a diverse range of kids who would not have interacted with each other outside of this program. They're coming together and they're saying, hey, you think differently than I think, but what you're saying has value.
So many people have just turned up, you know, to say, hey, what can we do? And that's on every level. And I think the reason is that they're seeing these young people doing these really impressive things. And that's really exciting to me. I can't wait to see where it leads and what they do as a result of it.
My name's Ava Prisk, and I'm in 8th grade at Ocean Springs Middle School, and I'm from Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
My name is Ben Prisk. I live in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and I'm Ava's dad. I'm self-taught. I'm a self-taught artist, but I was fortunate enough to work in network television in Atlanta, starting with Turner Broadcasting, where I worked for Turner Classic Movies, and then art directed for a number of other networks, PBS Kids, Nickelodeon, that kind of thing. And then I worked for Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, where I've done the backgrounds for Squidbillies for the last 10 years, and before that, worked for the show Aqua Teen Hunger Force. One thing Adult Swim does is their shows aren't storyboarded. With Adult Swim, we generally do our backgrounds really large and they just cut in on it. Now, what I just inked this is how it turned out. And and actually, you know, it goes bump, bump, bump. So I made bump, bump. So you got light spilling on things. It looks simple, like an idiot could do it, but really there's a lot of thought that goes into these things. And people seem to like them.
It's cool. Like, it's fun to, like, show him off in a way. Because, like, yeah, my dad's an artist for, like, a cool TV channel.
My wife lives right down the street, and we're family, and we have 3. They all are artists in their own way. Ava's more the pen to paper kind.
I really like art in all shape, way, or form. I want to go to SCAD. That's just a dream. I eventually want to like work at either Adult Swim or Cartoon Network as an animator, sort of in that range, as an artist.
My name is Tom McGraw. I'm from Ocean Springs, and I approached Ava Prisk to do the cover for my book. The series is called The Starving Detectives, and it's about 2 brothers who are completely hopeless and inept, and they love to eat, and it's turned out much better than I thought it would. I've known Ben Prisk 25 years, and I've known all the children since they were born. They lived down the street from us, and they would come and go, and Ava was always the artist. She was always drawing.
I've known Tom for a really, really, really long time, my whole life. But I don't show a lot of my art out there, but he knows that I like to draw.
Upon finishing the first book, I approached Ben Prisk about doing it because I'd known him for a long time, and he's an Emmy winner. And then I saw his daughter, who I've known since birth, and I looked at her sketchbook, and I said, this is the person to do the illustration for me.
My mom told me one day, she was like, well, Tom is gonna like ask you to do something, and then he came over to my house and he like presented the thing to me. And I was like, okay, I'll do that.
Your dad, I want him to do the lettering, and I want the title. Well, I'm a completely inept artist myself, so I did a very bad thumbnail sketch, and she looked at it and said, I can do better than this.
I, of course, looked off the paper, and I just loosely sketched it, and then like The next day I brought it to my dad and we worked on it, and he added the words.
That was it. I didn't change her artwork at all. Yeah. I did not edit her artwork. I just made the lines bolder, essentially. Yeah. You know.
When you see the difference between the thumbnail I made and the drawing she did, it's fantastic. She came up with, like, all the food was supposed to have bites taken out of it, and you'll see it in her picture. And when an adult sees it, they see hamburger with a bite taken out. And she actually took the burger and turned it sideways, as if they could disconnect their jaw like a snake and bite this. And I would never have thought of that. That's what she brought to the project. It was imagination.
It was fun doing the project because I worked with my dad on it, and it's hard grasping the fact that it's on a book. Like, sometimes it's weird to me that something that I did is in the public, and it's just kind of strange but fun for me. Yeah, it makes me want to do more things like that, just put myself out there a little bit more.
Surprising to me, I've written it for adults, but like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it actually appeals to much younger people, and they enjoy it because it's not written down to them. It's completely ironic. Everything about it is turning back to younger people, and it really wasn't meant to be that way, and Ava brought that to the fore. She was the prime mover in that. And I'm grateful to her, because I would have never thought it would appeal to a younger audience like it has.
I think all children have an inclination for visual arts. I like how children communicate. I hate when they lose it, you know, because some of them do. Ava's fortunate enough, whether or not she knows it, that she retained it. And then retaining it to someone who's my age is even rarer, I think. So I can't tell you the moment I knew that she had great visual acuity or whatever for art, but she certainly had a mind that was unusual and beautiful and funny and quirky. And you gotta have a mind first if you're gonna make good art.
I definitely want to stay with her and her dad, because as a team, they're great. Ben has the experience, and she has just that child's gift that we lose as we grow older.
Sometimes I just find myself doodling, like, without just, like, any thought. I mean, sometimes I don't feel like drawing at all, and I'm just not in that mood, but that's very rare. And it's, like, so satisfying when I, like, get something right, and I just love to have that feeling, so I keep on, like, trying for that feeling, and it just never stops.
Welcome back to the 2018 Mississippi Spelling Bee. I'm Kevin Farrell, Assistant Director of Radio for Mississippi Public Broadcasting, the host and pronouncer for today's event. We took a brief break to give the folks here in the auditorium a chance to stretch their legs. We are starting back again with round number 9, and we have skipped ahead to word number 350. And we start again with a near homonym. So I say the word, I'll give you the part of speech and the definition. The word is summoned. It's a verb that means bade to come or go, commanded or requested the presence of, sent for, or called.
S-U-M-M-O-N. S-U-M-M-O-N.
I'm sorry.
Devotions.
Devotions. Can I have the definition, please?
Prayers or service of worship, usually intended for private, non-liturgical services.
Devotions. Devotions. D-E-V-O-T-I-O-N-S. Devotions.
Correct.
Empathetic.
May you repeat the word, please?
Empathetic.
Can you use the definition?
Involving, characterized by, or based on the capacity for understanding, being sensitive to, the feelings, thoughts, and experience of another without having the feelings, thoughts, and experiences fully communicated.
Empathetic. Can you use it in a sentence?
Desi succeeds in his job as a disaster management specialist partly because his personal experience as a hurricane survivor allows him to be empathetic to the people he assists.
Empathetic. E-M-P-A-T H T-I-C.
I'm sorry.
Enveloped.
Enveloped. May I have a definition?
Enclosed completely with a garment or other covering.
May I have a language of origin?
The word is originally French.
May I have it in a sentence?
Hagrid enveloped himself in his favorite blanket and drank his tea by the fire.
Enveloped. E-N-V-E-L-O-P-E-D. Enveloped.
Correct.
Positive.
Positive. P-O-S-I-T-I-V-E. Positive.
Correct.
Another word confused with a similar word, so you get the word, the part of speech, and the definition. The word is slavering. It's a verb that means letting saliva drip from the mouth, drooling or slobbering.
Slobbering.
Slavering.
Slobbering.
Slavering.
Slobbering. Slobbering or slobbering?
Slavering.
S-L-O-V-E-R-I-N-G.
I'm sorry.
Charbroil.
Can you repeat the word?
Charbroil.
C-H-A-R-B-R-O-I-L.
Correct.
Reputed.
Reputed. Part of speech, please.
Adjective.
Could I have it in a sentence, please?
Nick is employed at one of the most reputed law firms in the state.
Reputed. Am I saying it correctly?
Reputed.
R-E-P-U-T-E-D. Reputed.
Correct.
Prevail.
Will you repeat the word?
Prevail.
Prevail. P-R-E-V-A-I-L. Prevail.
Correct.
Evasive.
May you please give me the definition?
Not direct, candid, or forthright. Ambiguous.
May you please use it in a sentence?
Mindy was tipped off about the surprise party when her friends were evasive about their weekend plans.
May you give me the language of origin?
The first part of this word is from a word that went from Latin to French to English, and the second part is an English combining form.
May you repeat the word?
Evasive.
Evasive. E-V-A-S-I-V-E. Evasive.
Correct.
Praiseworthy.
Can I have the definition?
Deserving of commendation for worth or excellence. Credible, laudable.
Can I have the language of origin?
The first part of this word went from Latin to French to English, and the second part consists of two originally English elements.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The film critic noted two especially praiseworthy performances in the movie she was reviewing.
Is the word praiseworthy?
Praiseworthy.
Praiseworthy. P-R-A-I-S-E-W-O-R-T-H-Y.
Correct.
Simplicity.
Simplicity. S-I-M-P-L-I-C-I-T-Y. Simplicity.
Correct.
Independent.
I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T.
I'm sorry.
Deduction.
Can you say it again?
Deduction.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Georgette made sure to count her business expense from that year as a deduction from her taxable income.
Can you tell me the language of origin?
The word went from Latin to French before becoming English.
Can you tell me the definition?
Something that is or may be subtracted.
Deduction. D-E. Is it deduction or deduction?
Deduction.
D-E. D-U-C-T-I-O-N. Deduction.
Correct.
Okay. There is an appeal, so we are going to take a short break while this is resolved, so bear with us. Okay. Okay. We are on to round 10. That is our next vocabulary round. Boodle. A boodle is A, a collection of bow ties, or B, a group of people.
B.
Correct.
Canary. A canary is a type of A, bird, B, water passageway.
Say the word again.
Canary.
Canary. A.
Correct.
Deluxe. Something described as deluxe is A, fancy, or B, sordid.
A.
Correct.
Condor. What is a condor? A, public statement, B, a bird.
B.
Correct.
Hibachi. What is a hibachi used for? A, grilling food, B, assassinations and espionage.
A.
Correct.
Adobe. In what activity would a person use adobe? A, sharpening a knife, or B, building a house?
B.
Correct.
Poi. What is poi? A Hawaiian food made of taro root, A, or B, a state of destitution or poverty?
A.
Correct.
Bequeath. What does it mean to bequeath? A, pass something on after death, or B, hurt something?
A.
Correct.
We have a word that could be confused with a similar word, so I'm going to say it and then spell it, and then I'll ask you the question. Caucus is spelled C-A-U-C-U-S. What is a caucus? Is it A, a conference of organization leaders to decide on policies, or B, a parrot found in New Zealand?
A.
Correct.
Another confusing word, so I'm going to say and spell it for you. Mutable is spelled M-O-O-T-A-B-L-E. Something described as mutable is A, able to be silenced, or B, open to debate.
A.
I'm sorry.
All right, that moves us on to round number 11. And we're going to go back to spelling. Intricate.
Intricate. Can I have the definition, please?
Having many interwinding or complexly interrelated parts, phases, patterns, or elements, and being consequently perplexing and hard to grasp in detail, follow through, or execute.
Can I have the origin?
This word is from a word that went from Latin to English.
Intricate. I-N-T-R-I-C-A-T-E. Intricate.
Correct.
Consolation.
Consolation. May I have a definition?
Alleviation of distress or misery, as by sympathetic care or attention, or by the soothing or mitigating effects of natural or psychological phenomena.
May I have the language of origin?
It's originally Latin.
Consolation. C-O-N-C-I-L-A-T-I-O-N.
I'm sorry.
Inference.
Inference. I-N-F-R-E-N-C-E.
I'm sorry.
Quizzical.
Repeat the word.
Quizzical.
Q-U-I-S-I-C-A-L.
I'm sorry.
We have a word that has a near homonym, so I give you the word, part of speech, and definition. The word is hobbit. It is a noun, defined as a member of the fictitious, peaceful, and genial race of small, human-like creatures that dwell underground in the stories of J.R.R. Tolkien.
Hobbit. H-O-B-B-I-T. Hobbit.
Correct.
Regression.
May I have the definition?
Progressive decline of a manifestation of disease.
Will you repeat the word?
Regression.
Regression. R-E-G-R-E-S-S-I-O-N. Regression.
Correct.
Leeward.
May you please repeat the word?
Leeward.
May you give me the definition?
Situated away from the wind, downwind.
May you please use it in a sentence?
The leeward side of a mountain gets less rain than the windward side.
Can you give me the language of origin?
The first part of the word is from Germanic-derived English, and the second part is originally English.
May you repeat the word?
Leeward.
Leeward. L-E-E-W-A-R-D. Leeward.
Correct.
Initially.
Can I have the definition?
In the first place. At the beginning.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Initially, Bee's mom was opposed to adopting a puppy, but once they got to the shelter, she changed her mind.
Can I have the language of origin?
The first part of this word is from Latin, and the second part is an English combining form.
Initially. Am I saying this right?
Initially.
Initially. I-N-I-T-I-A-L-L-Y. Initially.
Correct.
Dispensation.
Dispensation. Would you please give me the definition?
The act of dealing out in portions, distribution.
Can you repeat the word?
Dispensation.
D-I-S-P-E-N. S-A-T-I-O-N. Dispensation.
Correct.
Okay, that moves us on to round number 12. Pungent.
Pungent. Can I have the definition?
Causing a sharp sensation, prickling, irritating, acrid.
Can I have the language of origin?
The word is from Latin.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The pungent odor was Katrina's first clue that it was time to clean out her fridge.
Pungent. P-U-N-G-E-N-T. T, pungent.
Correct.
Stressor.
Excuse me, could you repeat that again?
Stressor.
Stressor. Definition, please.
A stimulus that causes a physical, chemical, or emotional factor which causes psychologic tensions that may be a contributory cause of disease.
Language of origin, please.
The first part of the word is from an originally Latin word that passed from French to English, and the second is an English combining form.
Could I have it in a sentence?
To overcome the stressor of reduced oxygen at high altitudes, climbers ascend over several days to give their bodies time to adapt.
Stressor. S-T-R-E-S-S-E-R. Stressor?
I'm sorry.
Cooperate.
Cooperate. C-O-O-P-E-R-A-T-E. Cooperate.
Correct.
Heath.
May you please repeat the word?
Heath.
May you give me the definition?
A tract of wasteland.
May you use it in a sentence?
Mary stared out over the heath and imagined it thriving and full of plant life.
May you may you give me the language of origin?
It's originally English.
May you repeat the word?
Heath.
Heath. H-E-A-T-H. Heath.
Correct.
Deposition.
Can I have the definition?
Testimony taken down in writing under oath or affirmation.
Deposition.
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 Can I have the language of origin?
It came to English from Latin.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The psychiatrist's deposition was presented to the judge before the defendant took the stand.
Can you repeat the word?
Deposition.
Deposition. Deposition. D-E-P-O-S-I-T-I-O-N. Deposition.
Correct.
Hurriedly.
Hurriedly. What does it mean?
Quickly or hastily.
Hurriedly. H-U-R-R-I-E-D-L-Y. Hurriedly.
Correct.
All right, we move on to round 13. Prosperous.
Prosperous. Can I have the definition?
Attended with or marked by economic well-being.
Can I have the language of origin?
The word went from Latin-derived French to English.
Sentence.
Adam is a prosperous entrepreneur who sells his startup business when they grow large enough.
Prosperous. P-R-O-S. P-E-R-O-U-S. Prosperous.
Correct.
Intervention.
Will you repeat the word?
Intervention.
May I have the definition?
The act or fact of coming in or between by way of hindrance or modification.
Will you repeat the word?
Intervention.
Intervention. I-N-T-E-R. V-E-N-T-I-O-N. Intervention.
Correct.
Reliance.
May you give me the definition?
Dependence or confidence.
May you use it in a sentence?
As she sipped her third cup of coffee of the day, Gretel found herself pondering her reliance on caffeine.
May you give me the language of origin?
Both parts of this word went from Latin to French to English.
Can you repeat the word?
Reliance.
Reliance. R-E-L-I-A-N-C-E. Reliance.
Correct.
Vivacity.
Can I have the definition?
Animation, liveliness, or sprightliness.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Karina danced with such vivacity that she outshone the rest of the troop.
Can you repeat the word?
Vivacity.
Vivacity. Vivacity. Can I have the language of origin?
It came to English from Latin.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
You can't ask for that.
Oh. Vivacity. V-I-V-A-C-I-T-Y. Vivacity.
Correct.
San Francisco.
San Francisco. S-A-N-F-R-A-N-C-I-S-C-O. Is it San Francisco?
Correct.
We are on to round 14. Deceptive.
Deceptive. Can I have the definition?
Tending to cause or believe the false, having the power to mislead.
Can I have the language of origin?
The word is from a Latin part plus an English combining form.
Deceptive.
Deceptive.
Deceptive. D E C E P T I V E. Deceptive.
Correct.
Analogous.
May I have the definition?
Susceptible of comparison either in general or in some specific detail.
May I have it in a sentence?
Lucy thought that being grounded was analogous to being tortured, but her mom didn't agree.
Will you repeat the word?
Analogous.
Analogous. A-N-A-L-O G-O-U-S. Analogous.
Correct.
This word is a near homonym, so again, give the word, the part of speech, and the definition. Extant is an adjective that means currently or actually in existence.
May you use it in a sentence?
Some scientists believe that they can use cloning to bring back creatures that are no longer extant.
May you give me the definition again?
Currently or actually in existence.
Extent. Wait, are there any alternate pronunciations?
You can't ask for that.
Oh, sorry. May you repeat the word?
Extant.
Extant. E X T I N C T. Extent.
I'm sorry.
Another word with a homonym. The word is ragu, a noun that means a hearty, seasoned Italian sauce of meat and tomatoes that's used chiefly in pasta dishes and is typically made with ground beef, tomatoes, and finely chopped onions, celery, and carrots.
Ragu. Can I have the language of origin?
The word comes to English from Italian, which based it on a Latin-derived French word.
Can you use it in a sentence?
When Gabriel craves comfort food, he prepares spaghetti with ragu according to his Bolognese grandmother's recipe.
Ragu. Am I saying this right? Ragu.
Mm-hmm.
Ragu. R-A-G-O-U-T. Ragu.
I'm sorry.
We have another word with a homonym, so the word, the part of speech, and a definition. Relegate is a verb that means to degrade or demote.
Relegate. R-E-L-E-G-A-T-E. Relegate.
Correct.
We're not doing any more vocabulary. So on to round number 15. Another word that has a near homonym. The word is sorry, one moment. An appeal? Okay, sorry, yeah. I'm sorry, we're going to stop here for just a moment while the judges take care of this appeal.
Okay.
We're going to take this opportunity to take another short break. We'll resolve this appeal, and we will continue with round number 15 at the 2018 Mississippi State Spelling Bee.
Robotics competition today, and we build and program and we spend weeks and weeks on this, and then we all compete and everybody gets really high spirited and we dress up.
It's absolutely amazing. I've made so many friends with FIRST.
FIRST is an acronym that means for inspiration and recognition of science and technology. It's a nonprofit organization founded by Dean Kamen in order to inspire youth. He took a system, let's borrow from sports and culture and arts, and let's elevate and put on a sporting event about science and math and engineering. And so that's how FIRST was born. It's part rock concert, part science fair, part NASCAR, part chess match, because teams are working on strategies, all rolled up into one big happy family. There is a upcoming dearth of engineering and technology. People my age are starting to retire, and we're seeing a fall off in the number of engineers and scientists out in the workforce, and hardly anything coming to fill the place.
I'm Associate Dean in the College of Liberal Arts here at the University of Mississippi, and I'm a Girl Scout troop leader. This year we decided to be a robotics competition team, and we're proud to be here at FTC State Competition. And the reason we were able to come is because we won the Connect Award. We were awarded that from the judges in our qualifying competition in Flowood. And they give it to a team that does a really exceptional job in reaching out to STEM professionals and to provide outreach opportunities and really broadcast not just the importance of STEM, but also the organization of FIRST.
When we started this team, we started months late, and we thought, well, we're at least going to one competition, see how far we can make it, how fun it would be. And when we made it to state, we didn't know where to go from there, so we were all shocked when we made it. It was just the best moment.
Our last score? 5 years ago we had 4 teams, and this year we have 50. Mostly schools, but also homeschool groups, as well as organizations, 4-H and Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts.
So I started off as one of those moms that drops off the girl at the troop meeting, but then I stayed a few times and I started helping out, and I grew into the role of co-leader, and then the leader they were moving out of town, so either the troop would dissolve or somebody had to step up. So that was me. Now, because of this organization, I'm doing STEM outreach, and a lot of the troop leaders came to me and said, we're so glad someone is doing some kind of STEM related, because my girls want to do it, but they don't feel secure enough, or they don't have the connections to pull off something really significant related to STEM.
Well, there aren't that many women and females in STEM fields, and we think it's important for many different viewpoints, so you want as many different people as you want on different jobs, because then you can find so many different solutions to problems than if you would if you only had one person and one type of person looking at the problem.
Younger girls, they don't think they can compete as well as boys. I actually have a girl on my younger team, and when I tell them about what the Benton Bots had done, like coming in second place last year in the state, and they're like, they beat the boys? I said, of course they beat boys. They can, but a lot of younger girls in our society still don't believe they're just as good.
I worked on building the robot a lot, and then I'm a main driver. So Brittany and I control the robot. I steer, so I control the wheels, and she controls the servo arm and the paddles.
This year's game is called Velocity Vortex. Teams design and build robots to trigger beacons along the side of the field to match their team colors. They pick up softball-sized wiffle balls and shoot those into either a low field goal or an upper goal. The last 30 seconds of the match is where they're going to pick up a 21-inch in diameter yoga ball and try to cap the center goal with that.
3, 2, 1. Nice job, qualification match.
I've actually been with this program for 6 years now, and it has inspired me to go into electrical engineering whenever I get older.
And I've been in it almost as long. I joined a little after Caitlin did. I'm head programmer. In autonomous mode, we can't touch the controllers. It has to be a preloaded program. So we can make it hit the beacons for extra particles, or you can shoot in the center like people were doing. You can knock the cat ball or shoot into the corner vortex. And because of all the programming I've done, I'm actually considering pursuing a career in computer sciences.
These people have helped me with speech. I used to not be able to talk to people. I used to hate large crowds. And this has kind of fixed that problem.
Or decline their invitation.
We graciously accept.
There you go. All right, so Benton Bots accepts their invitation.
I want the girls to realize to stop letting people tell them they can't do stuff and try it. And so the same thing with the robotics. It might get hard, but one of the new girls on my younger team, she told me that she started getting hundreds on her math test because we had to start learning when they program, when they want to do a partial rotation, they can't put in a fraction. They have to convert it to decimals. And that's what they were doing in math, and she started getting hundreds. Sarah tried to tell me she hated geometry. When am I ever going to use geometry? I said, aren't you trying to calculate the trajectory in your programming? I proved her she's using geometry. They just don't realize that they're using it.
The robot part is great, and I love it as much as anybody else, but there's a tag, it's more than robots. So, I mean, what we take from here is something we will use, and I love that that's something that we can count on.
One afternoon, my dad asked if I wanted to go oyster mushroom hunting. I put on some socks and my pink farm boots. I dashed out the door with a big basket. It had been raining in the night, but it was a beautiful cold day. Dad said, rain followed by cold makes the oyster mushrooms bloom. We had a school project coming up, and when we did, I actually went oyster mushroom hunting that weekend. So I decided to write about that because it was really a very memorable moment I had, just with me and my parents.
Aria started writing when she was in 2nd or 3rd grade. She had always been very creative with her writing. Her teacher always commented that she was a good writer, and she would bring home these essays, especially about things around the farm, and she composed them into a story type thing where there was a narration rather than just an essay. She was very good at making it readable and likable for the reader. And so that's kind of how Aria just started writing.
My dad said that it would be very nice if two sisters, an author and an illustrator, were able to put a book together. And she's very talented in her art, and the pictures are beautiful.
Aria kind of came to me one day and said, Sachi, I wrote this story, and I think it would be a cool idea to do a book to tell people about the way we live, since not a lot of people know about oyster mushrooms in particular. I was a little reluctant at first because I wasn't sure how people would react to my artwork, but as I started looking around the farm and around the things that I grew up with, I became very comfortable with illustrating the children's book. I wanted to make sure that my pictures depicted what she would see in her story and that it was what she wanted. I went through months of just drawing things around the farm until I got sick of the animals around just because I drew them in so many different positions and this and that. And then I started looking at Beatrix Potter illustrations, and I found that that was the kind of style that I liked, the watercolor with the black ink here and there. And I kind of found a style for me that I was comfortable with, but I went through maybe 100 drawings for this book. So I got kind of sick of art after a while, but in the end I was really pleased with what came out.
She really did bring my words to life. She made it seem so vivid, and she added color in it. It looked wonderful. She was the perfect match for it. I couldn't have gotten anyone else to do it. I was able to design the book, me and my dad's friend Jesse. We were able to design the book and how it was going to be, the colors and where everything should be placed in order and stuff, and where the pictures should be.
We had a wonderful friend who helped us publish the book. Her name is Jessie Florence Zenner, and she lives here in Ocean Springs, and she is such a crafty, artfully minded person, and she knows so many things about all different types of art when it comes to printing and publishing. And she's helped my parents throughout the years with our art shows here. And since she's so worldly and as far as art goes, we decided that we would ask her to kind of be our publishing guru and help us go through a few companies. And we tried going through some of the local companies around here, and they said that they didn't know how to format it well. And then we found out that an online publisher would be a nice idea.
I asked my mom to come with us. My dad said she had an eagle eye for spotting mushrooms. We all brought baskets. Dad grabbed the camera.
I was introduced to it when I first came here to this country probably close to 20 years ago. And my husband showed me, what they were, because one time we found them growing on certain trees and he showed me what it was. And after that, I got the hang of it. I knew what they looked like. I can identify them. So I know which ones to pick and which ones not to pick. When weekend comes, sometimes I'll be like, let's go pick some mushrooms. We'll take all the baskets with us and go pick mushrooms. Come back and fill up the dining room table. Sometimes we'll have a good pick, and then the table is full of mushrooms. It's just wonderful.
And it just lasts a few days. The gills are very fleshy, very soft, very soft. And then the topsy, we'll have another one over it and over it and over it, like the bracket fungus do. But this one's just far too old to even think about eating.
My dad led us to the old red barn next to our driveway.
Y'all remember this tree right here, don't you?
We inspected a dead pecan tree next to the barn. It had oyster mushrooms all over it. My mom said, oyster mushrooms always grow on dead or dying trees. I picked a ton of mushrooms. My mom cut a big one off and let me hold it so my dad could take a picture of me. We went through the pasture where our goats and sheep graze. The sheep began to bleat and ran for the woods. Sheep can be such scaredy cats.
We don't want to ever eat anything that we don't already know is okay. Because if you put it in your mouth, it can kill you.
We walked past a fairy ring of mushrooms, pretty but deadly. Eating some mushrooms, my mom and dad often tell me, can make you very sick, and you might even die from the most poisonous ones. So you must never pick a mushroom unless you have your dad or mom or some other adult who really knows all about mushrooms to show you which ones are the good ones. This is the rule in our house. It keeps us all safe.
There are two types of mushrooms down here that we recognize very well. And there are many other kinds that we would like to know more about, and we just haven't learned about them. But the chanterelles that come in the summer and the oyster mushrooms that bloom in the cool months are the principal ones that we know how to find. Sometimes we get them and sometimes we don't. And when we get lucky, oh my goodness, sometimes we'll find pounds and pounds and pounds of them.
We filled our baskets and headed home. My mama asked me how many mushrooms we found, and I told her millions. I had a wonderful day oyster mushroom hunting, but the best part was still to come. Oyster mushrooms cooked in butter for supper.
They're so tasty. They're so good, you know. So we've got friends that just can't wait for us to go oyster mushroom hunting, and you know, if we have any way at all to share them out, we'll share them out with them.
It was my first time ever going oyster mushroom hunting, you know, and I was really, really amazed. We had so much fun.
Welcome back to the 2018 Mississippi Spelling Bee. I'm Kevin Farrell, Assistant Director of Radio at MPB, and I'm your host and pronouncer for today's event. We resolved our dispute and we are ready to start again with round 15. Your word has a near homonym. The word is apostle. It's a noun that means an ardent supporter, adherent.
Can I have the language of origin?
Originally Greek, the word passed from Latin to French before becoming English.
Can you use it in a sentence?
As a constitutional lawyer, Greg is an apostle of the First Amendment right to free speech.
Apostle. A P O S T L E. Apostle.
Correct.
Your word could be confused with a similar word, so you get the word, part of speech, and definition. It's carbonara, a noun that is a dish of hot pasta into which other ingredients have been mixed, often used postpositively.
Will you repeat the word?
Carbonara.
Will you use it in a sentence?
Lewis cooked spaghetti carbonara for his extended family at the holidays.
Carbonara. C-A-R B A-N-A-R-A. Carbonara.
I'm sorry.
Pious.
Can you repeat the word?
Pious.
Can I have the definition?
Devout.
Can you repeat the word one more time?
Pious.
Can I have the language of origin?
From Latin.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Susan is pious and attends Mass daily.
Pious?
Pious.
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 It's not piteous, but pious?
Pious.
Pious?
Pious.
Can I have the definition again?
Devout.
Pious. P-I-O-U-S. Pious.
Correct.
Another word with a near homonym, so we'll get the word, part of speech, and definition. Casita is a noun that means a small house.
Language of origin?
The word is from Latin-derived Spanish.
Can you say it again?
Casita.
Casita. C-A-S-E-A-T-A. Casita.
I'm sorry.
And so are we back? Is this round 16 now? Okay. All right. Here we go. Beginning of round 16. Lithuania.
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 Lithuania. Definition?
It is a country in north-central Europe bordering on the Baltic Sea.
Can I have the language of origin?
It is a European geographical name.
Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Lithuania. L-I-T-H Lithuania. L-I-T-H-U-A-N-I-A. Lithuania.
Correct.
This word has a homonym. The word is Aries. It is a noun that means one born under the first sign of the zodiac.
Aries?
Aries.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Bonnie says she is enthusiastic and loyal because she is an Aries.
Aries?
Aries.
Can you use it in a sentence again?
Bonnie says she is enthusiastic and loyal because she is an Aries.
Aries, so it's a zodiac sign?
It is one born under the first sign of the zodiac.
Aries. A-R-I-E-S. Aries.
Correct.
Round 17. Leechcraft.
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 Leechcraft. Can I have the definition?
The art of healing, medical knowledge, and skill.
Can I have the language of origin?
It consists of two originally English parts.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Dr. Menlo enjoys telling his grandchildren that he practices leechcraft.
Leechcraft. L E E C H C R A F T. Leechcraft.
Correct.
Romanticism.
Can I have the definition?
A literary, artistic, and philosophical movement originating in Europe in the 18th century, characterized chiefly by an emphasis on the imagination and emotions and their freely individualized expression.
Romanticism?
Romanticism.
Romanticism. Can you use it in a sentence?
As a backdrop for his lecture on Romanticism, Dr. Hodges displayed an image of Eugene Delacroix's Abduction of Rebecca.
Romanticism? Romanticism?
Romanticism.
Can you give me the language of origin?
The word is from Latin-derived French.
Romanticism?
Romanticism.
Romanticism. Romanticism. R-O-M-A-N-T-I-C-I-S-M. Romanticism.
Correct.
On to round number 18. The word has a near homonym, and it is paucity. It is a noun that means smallness of quantity, dearth, insufficiency, scarcity.
Can you repeat it?
Paucity.
Paucity. Can I have the language of origin?
Originally Latin, this word came to English from Latin or French.
Can you repeat that?
Paucity.
Repeat the language of origin.
Sorry, originally Latin, this word came to English from Latin or French.
Paucity. Can you use it in a sentence?
The community struggled with an extreme paucity of resources.
Can you repeat the definition?
Smallness of quantity, dearth, insufficiency, scarcity.
Paucity. Paucity. P-A-U-C-I-T-Y. Paucity.
Correct.
Crimean.
Can you give me the definition?
Of, relating to, or originating in the peninsula in southeastern Europe, extending into the Black Sea, southwest of the Sea of Azov.
Can you repeat the word?
Crimean.
Crimean. Can you use it in a sentence?
The Crimean Riviera is studded with summer resorts, vineyards, and fruit orchards.
Crimean.
Crimean.
Can you give me the language of origin?
The word consists of a Russian geographical name plus an English combining form.
Crimean. Can you give me the part of speech?
Adjective.
Can you give me the definition again?
Of, relating to, or originating in the peninsula in southeastern Europe, extending into the Black Sea, southwest of the Sea of Azov.
Crimean. Am I saying that right?
Crimean.
Crimean. C-R-I-M-E-A-N. Crimean.
Correct.
And that moves us to round 19. Afghan.
Afghan. Can I have the definition?
A blanket or shawl of colored wool, knitted or crocheted in strips or squares, which are joined by sewing or crocheting.
Can I have the language of origin?
It's a Pashto word.
A Pashto word? Okay.
P-A-S-H-T-O, Pashto, Pashto.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Mrs. Campbell knitted a striped Afghan as a housewarming present for her new neighbors.
Afghan. A-F-G-H-A-N. Afghan.
Correct.
This word has a homonym. The word is chai. It is a noun that means a beverage that's traditionally made from a blend of black tea, honey, spices, and milk.
Chai?
Chai.
Can you use it in a sentence?
After her yoga class, Keisha met her best friend to catch up over a cup of chai.
Chai? Am I saying it right?
Yes, chai.
Can you give me the language of origin?
This word came to English from both a Turkish word and a word that is from Russian, Persian, Hindi, and Urdu.
Chai?
Chai.
Did you say it was a type of tea?
Yes, it's a beverage traditionally made from a blend of black tea, honey, spices, and milk.
Chai?
Chai.
Chai. C-H-A-I. Chai.
Correct.
All right, on to round 20. Unicameral.
Unicameral?
Unicameral.
Unicameral. Can I have the definition?
Having a single chamber. such as consisting of a single legislative chamber.
Can I have the language of origin?
It's a word made up of Latin parts.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Both the People's Republic of China and the state of Nebraska have unicameral legislatures.
Unicameral. Can you repeat the language of origin?
It's made up of Latin parts.
U-N-I C-A-M O-R-A-L, unicameral.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Pilates.
Can I have the definition?
An exercise program that aims to increase flexibility and strengthen muscles, and especially the torso-stabilizing muscles of the abdomen and lower back, and that typically involves exercises done on a floor mat and the use of specialized equipment.
Pilates.
Pilates.
Pilates. Can you use it in a sentence?
Marianne practices Pilates 3 times a week for flexibility, balance, and strength.
Can I have the language of origin?
It's a German name.
Can you repeat the definition?
An exercise program that aims to increase flexibility and strengthen muscles, and especially the torso-stabilizing muscles of the abdomen and lower back, and that typically involves exercises done on a floor mat with the use of specialized equipment.
Pilates. Am I saying that right?
Pilates.
Pilates. Pilates. Pilates.
Pilates.
Pilates. P-I-L-A-T-E-S. Pilates.
Correct.
All right, so now we have the championship word, and it is one that can be confused with a similar word. The word is morpheme.
Morpheme.
It is a noun that is a meaningful linguistic unit that contains no smaller meaningful parts. Morpheme.
Morphine or morpheme?
Morpheme.
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 Can you repeat the definition?
A meaningful linguistic unit that contains no smaller meaningful parts.
Can I have the language of origin?
The word came to English from French, which formed it from an originally Greek elements.
Morpheme.
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 Can you give me the part of speech?
It's a noun.
Can you use it in a sentence again?
One morpheme that conveys meaning but does not stand on its own is the plural ending s.
Can you repeat the definition?
A meaningful linguistic unit that contains no smaller meaningful parts.
Morpheme. Am I saying that right?
Morpheme.
Morpheme. Morpheme. M-O-R-P-H-I-M-E. Morpheme.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So on to round number 21. Primordial.
Primordial. Can I have the definition?
Sorry. Excuse me. Existing at or from the beginning. First created or developed. Earliest. Primeval.
Can I have the language of origin?
The word is from Latin.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Blake's story depicted a creature emerging from the primordial ooze.
Primordial. Primordial. P-R-I-M-O-R-D-I-A-L. O-R-T-I-E-L, primordial.
I'm sorry.
Touche.
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 Can you give me the definition?
Used to acknowledge a hit in fencing or the success or appropriateness of an argument, an accusation, or a witty point.
Touche.
Touche.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Touche, Nelson said, feeling Alex's epee blade hit his arm.
Touche.
Touche.
Can I have a language of origin?
It's French.
Can you repeat the word?
Touche.
Can you give me the part of speech?
It's an interjection.
Touche. T-O-U-C-H-E. Touche.
Correct.
All right. The next word, the championship word, potential championship word. Expropriate.
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 Expropriate. Can I have the definition?
To take out of the possession of another. Transfer to one's own possession.
Expropriate.
Expropriate.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The government will expropriate Tim's land if he does not pay the taxes he owes on it.
Can you repeat the definition?
To take out of the possession of another. Transfer to one's own possession.
Expropriate.
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 Correct.
Expropriate. Am I saying that right?
Say it for me one more time.
Expropriate.
Yes.
Expropriate. E-X-P-R-O-P-R-I-A-T-E. Expropriate.
It's correct.
All right. We have Mississippi's champion speller. Mississippi's proud to have you represent us at the Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. Let's give her a round of applause. All right, so Joyce Helmick is on stage, and she's got some remarks.
Stay up here with me.
Okay.
We're waiting. Congratulations to both of our winners today. We're very proud of all of our winners who have been here and have worked so hard to present themselves in the National Spelling, in the Mississippi Spelling Bee. Congratulations to Mississippi's champion speller. Mississippi is proud to have you represent us at the Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. We're pleased to give Mississippi's champion speller another round of applause. And our champion speller is Natalia Vabavi, correct?
Vabavi Mahajan.
Vabavi Mahajan. I am so sorry. Vabavi Mahajan. All right. And our second place is Iris Schreck, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, let's hear from our spelling bee winner. Now, tell me how it feels today to be the winner of this spelling bee.
It's pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy. Now, we all want to know how you studied and prepared for the bee.
I practiced with my family, and I went, anytime I would go anywhere, I would always look for unfamiliar words to learn.
That's a key, isn't it? Exactly. Well, what is most exciting about representing Mississippi at the Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C.?
Probably just going there and getting to meet a bunch of people all over the United States.
Very good, and it is very exciting to go there. So we congratulate both of you again. And now, we are excited to have prizes for both winners. Let's begin with the runner-up. If for some reason the winner is unable to compete in the National Spelling Bee, you will represent Mississippi in Washington. But today, you will receive a $50 MasterCard gift card, a Webster's electronic spelling corrector, Valerie's Spelling Bee supplement, and 2 free e-mentor products for 2 weeks from Hexaco Academic. Bee earbuds, a bee bag filled with lots of goodies, a play on word game, and your trophy. And now for the 2018 Mississippi Spelling Champion from Merriam-Webster, Webster's third new international dictionary, Merriam-Webster electronic dictionary with an MP3 player, the Samuel Lewis Sugarman Award, a $100 savings bond, a $100 MasterCard gift certificate, Valerie's Spelling Bee supplement, and 2 free e-mentor products for 2 weeks from Hexaco Academic, 1-year subscription to Encyclopedia Britannica online for kids, and a Super Sleuth vocabulary game, a play on word game, a bee bag filled with lots of goodies, and from the Mississippi Association of Educators, an all expense paid trip to the 2018 Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. for yourself and one parent. And now for the presentation of your trophy. Go. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Mississippi State Spelling Bee winner.
Congratulations to all the competitors and our winner today. Everyone is a winner who got to this level. Thanks to Mississippi Public Broadcasting for televising this event, to Jackson State University for hosting, and to the sponsors of the Spelling Bee, the Mississippi Association of Educators. I'm Kevin Farrell, wishing everyone a good day.